Hello and welcome or welcome back. My name is Millie and my channel is all about finding comfort in video games. This is my series called Minecraft and Relax, and here I work on my forever world whilst chatting about basically all sorts of things. I am very happy to have you here today and I hope that my world can bring you a little bit of peace. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we start at the top of the lighthouse. This was made in the last video, and it's going pretty well, just like in the last video as well. We have our lovely traveling wandering trader with his two alpacas, and once again, nothing really of note, but there must be some kind of mechanic where they can tell that you're building something and they just show up, because it always happens in the middle of a build. So, last time as well, I switched to creative mode because I'm already playing on peaceful, but I feel like, again, I'm not a peaceful player per se. Usually when I play Minecraft, I do play on survival, so peaceful was kind of new for me, and I think that I have really been enjoying it. It's much nicer to explore the world, and I've done a lot of exploring. I always manage to do that even if I don't intend to. But the other main part of peaceful is building. I think you get to freely collect all the materials that you want and you can build to your heart's content. And that really is my main goal of the forever world. I just want to make somewhere that is entirely my own, that looks really cute and has a bunch of builds that I've always wanted to do or have saved and said, oh, I'll build that sometime, never got to. And going into creative mode really kind of, speeds up the process. But I'm still trying to find a sort of happy medium between getting the stuff in creative mode, having that ease of building, but then also, not like rushing through it and getting burnt out, because I think we all probably maybe do that in certain games. It's like in The Sims, the moment you turn the cheats on, you can't go back from that. You kind of ruin the game. So for now, I thought what would be a really good fix is, as this is a sort of village town renovation, I've asked the locals if they would like to kind of chip in and help out the cause. And they were like, yes, absolutely, of course, Millie, we would love it. You're doing all this hard work for us. You built this beautiful lighthouse. And so the villagers have been doing some gathering for me. Someone said I should add lore to my world, and that's why we have creative. The villagers are actually gathering the creative materials, and you can't question that because it's my world. So yeah, the villagers have lovingly filled up the chests in the lighthouse with the materials that I requested. Today we're going to start out with giving the beach a bit more of a renovation. I did work on this already before, but especially given the kind of viewpoint we have from the lighthouse, I think the beach is quite small, so just going to expand it a little bit and just make it bigger. That is implied with expansion, but still. Still haven't decided on the frequency of the music. I think most of you are probably unbothered, but some people say they really like more of the music. I do think it would be interesting to mix in sort of non-Minecraft music as well. I've been often using Genshin Impact music, so having a few of those songs sprinkled in could be nice. But we'll see. We'll see how I choose to edit this. I don't yet have any kind of bin for my stuff, so I'm just going to throw my leaf litter into the water. And I don't believe that leaf litter can spawn without trees. I mean, that would really make sense. But I swear I've got rid of way more leaf litter than what is showing up currently. It's multiplying. Oh, and as well, I've mentioned before that this sort of hole in the wall was always here, this kind of cave, and it would be nice to use this as part of a build. And I was thinking, to get to the beach already, say you're new to the the island, the world, you ride it on a boat, you dock at the port, and then you want to get to the beach, you have to go up the stairs and then all the way around and walk down. And I mean, that's not like crazy, but I was thinking it would be nice to do sort of a shortcut to the beach through the hill in like a little cave. And it's actually nice because this is something that I personally experienced. So growing up, we would always go to a little coastal town for holidays. So we went to, I think it must have been Devon. I think it was Devon, and it was a really really cute place. It's the sort of place that I really want to visit again, just to kind of retrace my steps, see how much I remember. But there was sort of a main beach, but then there was kind of like a hill, and you could drive up the hill, and on the other side of it there was another beach, but instead of driving there was a footpath, and it went through the the hill. And I remember as a kid I was really scared of this because it was like a dimly lit tunnel, and I think it had some kind of name that was similar to like smuggler's cave or like a pirate tunnel. And yeah, I remember my parents would be like, oh yeah, this is where the pirates would smuggle their stuff. They'd like park up on the on that beach and then take their stuff through the caves. And I was pretty scared of running into a pirate. Yeah, just having this kind of cave walkway to a beach seems like a nice idea, you know? You go through the tunnel and it opens up to the ocean. Although in this tunnel it would kind of open up to you could be able to like see the other island. But it's good enough, you know? I'm working with what I have. I'm just gonna try and line up the opening of the cave with the other opening of the cave. And actually, speaking of beaches, I haven't been to a beach in like I haven't stood on a beach in years now. I think the last time was maybe like 2018, I think. So I'm gonna make one digitally. You know, it's free. Well, I mean, you have to buy Minecraft, but you know what I mean. Okay, nice. That is a good start. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this sort of area, but yeah, this is it's good enough for now. Let's see what the opening is like. Yeah, okay, I like that. I think it's nice. Just make sure that we can walk out onto the beach. And so I was just thinking the fact that I can sit here and play Minecraft, and some of you are willing to listen to me talk about, I don't know, some like childhood beach story is really really nice. Thank you guys for giving me the time of day. Okay, so I do want to basically try and mostly work in the daytime. So I am gonna run back to my house. Well, my house. It's not really my house. I kind of stole that villager. I mean, saved the villager and said they can have this house. And then the next night, I immediately took it back, and I haven't seen them since. But we're just roommates, so it's fine. They're probably out making friends in the town. See what I mean with this leaf letter? Where is it coming from? The leaves are too much. I'm excited though for autumn to try and find the new autumn area and to kind of plant some of those trees here. I know it's not like a massive drop, but it's exciting for me. Speaking of autumn, in real life, I would be quite happy to be a little bit closer to autumn. I don't know about everyone else, but you've probably seen some stuff about heat waves. But yeah, it's very hot over here, and that's why this video is probably coming out a bit later, just because I having the PC on is not it's not very good right now. And I've just been trying to minimize the heating up of the room. That's also why, if you notice some frame drops, I think my PC might be a little bit hot too. Someone actually asked me about PC specs, and I built my PC, years ago now, like 2019, and I haven't changed anything apart from the CPU cooler because I was using the stock CPU cooler, and I have a like a 2070 Super, and I really haven't run into any performance issues in any game. I'm very happy with my PC. I know I will probably have to replace some stuff sometime soon, but yeah. Now, this song in particular in Minecraft that's playing right now, it reminds me so much of another song, and I can never remember what it is. I can't quite pinpoint it. I've just stocked up on some more sand. Oh no, I forget sand has physics. Okay, this will be dirt. Oh, dirt and then sand. And now it's raining. Oh, that's so even listening to the rain in the game. Was that lightning already? There's no need for that. That was very dramatic. But listening to the rain, oh my gosh, I wish it would rain here. It'd be so refreshing. Oh, and also, by the time you're watching this, the summer solstice would have already happened. I think it was on June 21st, June 22nd, which marks the longest day of the year and the shortest night. So, I guess in theory, that means that all the days after are going to be a little bit shorter. But obviously not by much, it's still summertime. But yeah, that's a nice sort of astronomical marker for a new season. I know summer has is generally accepted to have started earlier, but if you're looking for a sign to have a sort of fresh start, now is the time. You can plan ahead a bit of what you want to do in the summer. And I'm not one for planning too far ahead in my life. I think many of you can probably relate to that. You just try and get through the days as you can. But yeah, making a few little summer plans could be nice. Maybe you go on a nice walk somewhere, or you read a book that maybe you've been saving, or watching certain movies, eating certain snacks or foods, even recipes. It is always interesting to see sort of what sort of snacks come out in summer. And yeah, this is a new season. Arguably, it's one of the hardest ones, one of the harder ones to kind of enjoy because it's so hot all the time. I mentioned this last time, and some people did have really nice responses. That I have like certain summer games, like games I play in summer, and I also have books that I read in summer or have read in summer, and they remind me of summer. And I do the same with movies or songs. when you listen to those again, or if you save them for the season, it can be a nice way to kind of, well, I wouldn't say live seasonally because that sounds a bit. I don't think that's really what I'm doing, but yeah, just being aware of the season and appreciating stuff. This is new, right? This wasn't here before. Am I? Am I making that up? Was this always there? Oh my gosh. How? I think I'm wrong. I don't think the leaf litter was always there, but no, I think it was always there. But I wish it wasn't. I think that's probably long enough. The issue is now that I have this kind of straight line between beach and then not the beach, and I need to kind of make it a little bit more of a gradual kind of transition. So I'm not, again, I'm not a builder, I'm not a designer, but I'm gonna try. I do love a storm. Let's let's head to bed for now and continue working in the morning. A lovely rainbow in the sky. We still have not finished this sort of area up here, but you know, I gotta work on what my mind wants to do, and for now it's the beach. You know, this is a good opportunity to talk about video game beaches. We've done video game cities and towns, and it's honestly it's so nice reading everyone's like takes on towns that they like, because you know it's nice to find like-minded people who also kind of look at video games as yeah, pure escapism. We're like thinking about where we'd want to live. But for beaches, what are some? Are there really any iconic kind of beaches? I mean, maybe in, I said before as well, like Mario games, the beaches are always very nice. And also one that comes to mind is Stardew Valley, the beach with Elliot's house and the, what is it? It's just like a fishing hut. I forget his name. Is his name Willie? The guy who, the fisherman. That beach is really nice. And I think that's, I might use that as inspiration for this beach. The Nautilus. I love the sounds the Nautilus make. I guess the key parts of the Stardew Valley beach are the Elliot's house and then the dock with the fishing hut. And I know there's like this the other area to the right. And I say this, I've never in Stardew Valley, I think I have like over 100 hours in it. I've never completed the community center. I play that game like Minecraft. very slowly. And I think Stardew Valley is one of those games where, just like Minecraft, people have their own sort of backstory about it. When I talk to people about that game, it seems to be a game that people play when they're feeling a bit lost in life. And yeah, I always hear similar stories like that. Like Stardew Valley was there when people were feeling burnt out or they needed somewhere that was safe where they could make little bits of progress, just work on their farm. It's always nice to hear people's stories about that game because it's one of those ones you always return to. It's very soothing. Oh, who did everyone choose to date in Stardew Valley? Let me know. I feel like the traditional like gamer option is like Abigail. I know people love Abigail. My first time playing, I chose. Oh my god, I forgot his name. The doctor. What's his name? Harvey, right? Because he was just nice, and he loves helping people. Yeah, that's what it stuff's really interesting. Says a lot about a person, I think. But I will say that with Stardew Valley, I don't have that same kind of nostalgia for it that a lot of people have. I don't have like a super specific story of when I played it. I really like the game, don't get me wrong, but it's not. I know many other people love it way more than I do. And again, I love that for them. But I think it's a really nice game, but it's not one I return to as often as say Minecraft. Speaking of Stardew, a game that I played, I think about when it came out into it didn't launch straight away. What do they call that? Like early access was Fields of Mysteria, and I loved it. I really really enjoyed playing that game. Actually, speaking of Stardew again, when I play Stardew Valley, I've never had like a super aesthetic farm. I really like fishing in Stardew, and yeah, the mines are not my favorite. I don't think I'm very good at that. But is fishing is my favorite. But in Fields of Mysteria, I think the game's coming out in August, like a full release, and I haven't revisited it since because I basically just want to. I don't want to reach a sort of wall like I did because when I first played it, I for some reason just I only wanted to be in the mines. That game also has the mines, and I think there was a certain number of levels, like 60-ish, and I did them all, and I ran out of stuff, obviously, and I stopped playing the game because because I just wanted to be in the mines. I came out and it was too bright. But I think now, even if I tried it before the full release, they probably added some more levels. But yeah, that if you like Stardew Valley, you should look into that game because it has very similar sort of mechanics. It's got like the dating thing and yeah, farming, mining. And it was really fun when I played it, but yeah, I'm just waiting until it fully releases. And then I haven't really been playing any games at all because it's been too hot. I have not been turning my PC on unless I absolutely have to. But hopefully the next few days are a little bit cooler and it won't be a few more weeks until maybe there's another heat wave again. Fingers crossed, anyway. Okay, so I'm thinking I would like to create a sort of Stardew Valley inspired secondary dock area. And if you're thinking you've already got a dock, I know, but in Stardew Valley, the dock is in the ocean. You know, I always said from the start that I wanted to kind of pay homage to areas I like in games, and I'm just gonna see how it looks. I'm gonna try and make a similarly shaped pier. Hi fish. Oh, they're so cute. Puppies of the sea. The trout. I think they're trout. And it would be cool to make the fishing hut, but this is something I've already done in my free time on my own before, where I basically wanted to make like an Animal Crossing island in Minecraft, and I tried to make like Nook's Cranny. Could not do it. Could not do it. Again, with Minecraft, if you want to make something that's really detailed, you have to upscale everything pretty much because detailing has to be like an entire block wide. And you know, I want this world village to be practical too. So yeah, I don't know how easy it is to replicate places like that from video games because at least in Stardew Valley for Willie's fishing hut, there is a lot of detailing. That's kind of fishing nets and a little table and buckets and stuff, and I can't really do that. So it might look a bit odd, but it's okay. I can always go back to Pinterest and find something else. But for now, I'm gonna try and make this area somewhat nice. You guys can witness my triumphs and my failures for this world. Okay, I think that's far enough out. I feel like it takes away a little bit from the lighthouse because that was kind of the focal point of this area, and now I'm kind of like building out into the sea. But again, I can change this if I want to. It's better to try, see how it looks, and I can always undo it. So as I'm feeling the heat right now, I know a lot of you use these videos to sleep, which is I mean that was my main intention when I started this, because I also use videos to sleep. I always like to have something on, and I know that when it's summer, it's so much harder to fall asleep. I feel like the heat just drains you anyway, and then you can't sleep properly. Sometimes it can be pretty tough to feel energetic in this sort of weather. But so I hope that you guys can find some rest. And please try not to stress if you cannot sleep. Because some days you can try and try and it just doesn't come. And it's okay. You will get rest soon enough. You just have to make it through the next day. And you can do it. I know too well, kind of running on no sleep, so okay, so I requested the villagers kind of scavenge me some materials that look like the ones used for the fishing hut, and it's made of sort of white wood, and then it has kind of, I think that they must be metal slabs for the roof, maybe like old ship parts. But I don't have those, and I guess I could use sort of copper, like copper stairs, but I already put a request in already for the villagers, and it's nighttime. I don't want to make them go out and get more stuff again. It appears I have made a fatal fatal error in designing this pier platform. I never think about this stuff, like the height of using slabs. I'm gonna see if I can make it look okay. I mean, I think it would work, but then I have to put the door down. Okay, so I've decided I am gonna make this area one block up, just so everything's on the same level. Okay, maybe I just leave this area one up, but keep the rest of it kind of lower. I think that kind of works. Just with like a small step up. And then I'm just going to try and kind of copy the layout of the fishing hut. And we can, I'm just going to go for it. And if I don't like it when it's done, I will get to that when I finish it. When it's done, then I can decide. I know I've spoken a lot today about like the hot weather and that it can be harder to play games, it can be harder to sleep, but also I feel like it's almost difficult to know what to eat during this when it's hot. And I don't know what it's like in America, which actually I think most of you are from America based on my statistics for my viewers, which is, I mean, I try not to look at that sort of stuff, but it is very interesting to see where everyone's from. But yeah, in the UK, we growing up, it would be kind of traditional if it's too hot to have like picky bits for dinner, and this is basically like a less fancy charcuterie board, and it would basically consist of whatever is in your fridge and freezer, and usually required minimal cooking. It would be great if there was no cooking at all. So you'd have like sandwiches, bits of fruit, a biscuit, some crisps, maybe some like cut up vegetables, and that was a classic tea. If it's too warm, the oven is not going on. But it's nice. It's kind of like a picnic, but you're not anywhere special. I'm trying to think what else would be like classic picky bits. It's kind of like classic party food. Like, say you're going to, I would always go to like my grandparents for like if someone was having a birthday. My grandparents would put like a spread on, and I'm just trying to think of some of the classic items that you'd see there. It's all kind of under the genre of like a buffet table, picky bits, picnic food. I'm thinking like sausage rolls, mini sausages, crisps, maybe some like onion rings, potato salad, coleslaw, some, yeah, chopped up vegetables, crudité with hummus, some dips. I'm so sorry if you guys are hungry and I'm just making it worse. And actually, I remember, I think we did this on multiple occasions. My, when we would go on picnics, I mean, the last time my family and I went on a picnic, we went to Asda, which is If you know, you know. It's in the UK. It's a shop, and they do like make your own pizzas. And my mom would, everyone would be able to make their own pizza. She would cook them, and then put them in the fridge. Like we weren't allowed to eat them when she cooked them, and then she would wrap them in, like cut them up, wrap them in tinfoil, and that would be our picnic food. And you might raise an eyebrow at that, but trust me, it's really good. We are a cold pizza enjoyer family. And my favorite thing to get on a pizza, don't judge me, it would be sweet corn, black olives, and mushrooms. And that's my favorite combination of stuff on a pizza. Do I eat olives in any other context? Absolutely not. Only on pizza. I don't know why. They just taste okay there. Hopefully the people who are trying to sleep are already asleep and they're not awoken or like kept awake by me talking about food. You know, when you think about it, a picnic is really simple. You're just kind of eating outside on the grass. But I don't do it like barely at all. It's always something I think about doing and then I never do. So you know what, that's one of my summer goals is to have a picnic. And even if that's just me going and sitting in a field with a meal deal, that's still a picnic. That still counts. Okay, so I have to say already, looking at the building as it's sort of coming together, it's not my favorite. And I think it's just because, again, it's hard to make things translate nicely over into Minecraft. But you have to be like, you have to do a lot with a little. And this is a very sort of simple shape for a building. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. So it might not be here in the next video, but we'll see. We'll see. I need to find a nice alternative. Someone also mentioned, pretty recently, I think, that I should start like renovating the village's houses, and I fully intend on doing that. I'm gonna do this whole village, but it's very intimidating to do that. And I also haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with the villagers. As of right now, I'm torn between building a big hole, kind of like a bunker, and ushering them all down there, and then building all the houses on top, and then obviously bringing them back out again when it's time. They can all find their house. Or making a house and then putting them all in it. So that would actually be. So that video is going to be fun whenever I have to herd around the entire population, but it's got to be done. And I have switched to creative mode now. I'm just building in creative mode, but I'm trying not to use the fly ability just because, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this. So I don't know if I want to like spend too much time on it. It's a nice idea. It's a nice concept, but I don't think the execution will be quite what I'm looking for. Oh, earlier I mentioned video game beaches. I just remembered I really like Breath of the Wild, which is one of my favorite games ever. Uh, Lalin? Laline? Lalin. Lalin Village. See, I don't know if I like the house being like this big in front of the lighthouse. Hmm. Guys, I'm not sure about this. Hmm. You know what? At least I can say I tried. I tried to make it work. But yeah, Lalin Village is really nice. Very peaceful. Let's just see if I can decorate it to make it look a little bit more interesting. See, it's kind of like it's giving less fishing hut and more kind of just regular house. And I need the entrance to the island to be big, to be really good. I don't know if this is cutting it. But hey, I I gave it a go. And with that, I do think I will probably stop here for today. It is just very warm right now, and yeah, I think I need a bit of a break. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're asleep if you used it to sleep, and I hope you have a fantastic week. And I will see you next time.